A tricky question that I've gotten a few times, and it's actually a question that I've had before, is the question about being pregnant, which is very exciting, but having a close friend that cannot get pregnant, that's really struggling with infertility, or maybe this friend just had a miscarriage or a stillbirth and is really, really going through a painful time, and you are afraid to tell them that you are pregnant. Totally legitimate. It's a tricky area to explore because you're in this place of so much joy while your friend is in so much pain. A normal inclination is to feel like I don't want to tell them. I just want to stay in my bubble. I don't want to let them know. But I, have asked a few different women that have been in the position of being the one that, had that stillbirth or miscarriage or couldn't get pregnant. And many of them said, the worst thing that you can do is keep it a secret. Because if they find out from somebody else, then they feel like everybody's thinking, oh, poor so and so, they're too sensitive to find out, or blah blah blah, which they have every right to be really sensitive, and honestly, for the information to make them feel sad. Of course, we want everybody to be happy for us when we're pregnant, but the reality is, when you are experiencing the extreme pain of going through a loss or not being able to conceive, it is understandably incredibly hard to be happy for somebody else that has the one thing we want more than anything else in this life. So, with all of that said, my number one suggestion is to tell that friend, even though it's going to be a hard discussion, even though it's something you probably don't want to do. The best thing that you can do for both of you is to tell them, but to be really, really intentional with how you do it. So, one of the main things you can do is to meet up in a location that is safe for them to express their emotions. So, a cafe, something like that might not be great because if they feel like they need to cry or whatnot, they probably won't feel as safe to do it there. So maybe at their home or yours, again, a place where they are going to feel safe and a place where the two of you will have total privacy. It's really great to have this discussion, just the two of you. And also choose a good time. You don't want to have the conversation like right before you need to rush off or they need to rush off. You want to have plenty of time because there might be a lot of emotions that come up that you need to navigate together. Third, prepare yourself for them to be upset. As much as they probably want to be happy for you, it might be really hard for them to do so. And it can even be great and really compassionate of you going into the conversation to be like, look, I am not telling you this so you'll be happy for me. I totally get that it's probably really triggering and really hard. And so I am here for you no matter what comes up. I have no expectations for this conversation. Who knows? They might say, wow, I'm really happy for you. I know it's going to happen for me someday. Or they might not. They might be triggered. They might start crying. They might say it's unfair that, other people are becoming pregnant and it's not happening for me. It's unfair that other people are carrying these pregnancies to term and I'm losing these pregnancies. It's not fair. They might get really upset, and to understand that there's nothing wrong with that. It's not personal. It doesn't mean that they don't love you, or at their core, they don't think that you deserve to be a mother. They're going through a really, really painful time. And above all, personally, I think the most important thing is to share your information, of course, but then to remember that really that conversation, it's more about them, as it should be. They're the one in pain and they're the one that needs a lot of support, and this is an assumption, but I'm assuming that you have plenty of other people that you can celebrate with and, just really focus on how beautiful it is that you're pregnant, but to know that this friend might not be in the place to be able to do that for you. So again, to know that you don't want to keep this a secret, but that the conversation might be challenging for both of you, and to just be there for her. And as much as you can, don't get upset if she's upset. Just be a calm, loving source of support for her. If you have any additional suggestions, if you've been on either side of a circumstance like this and there's something I missed, please let me know in the comments below. If you're preparing to have a conversation like this and you want additional support or somebody to bat around ideas, I'm here for you. Just reach out.